I am in Cabarnet town. This is Baringo County, and this is the Cabarnet Stadium. Stadium ya Cabarnet. As you can see, just cameraman, just come closer. So this is the drainage trench. This one that is here. So we're going to go down there and see it. This is the gate. I think this is where security office is supposed to be. Hello! Hodi hodi. So this is supposed to be the security office. That is the gate. That is no gate. Because there is no gate. There's actually no gate at all. So now, I told you earlier that 23.7 million shillings was allocated for changing room and a pavilion. So the changing room, 23.7 million. Okay, so these are the toilets. All right. Of course, cannot touch this. People have been pooping outside the toilet. Come and see. People have been pooping outside the toilet. It's actually not in use. Very foul smell. Don't step on this. Be careful. So this is the stadium. This is the stadium where money was being allocated financial year after financial year after financial year after financial year. So there's nothing else except what I'm showing you. So don't wait for anything different. There's a trench here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Cabarnet Stadium. This is the main stadium of the county, actually. This is the main stadium of Baringo County. It's supposed to be the primary main stadium for youth to come and do sports and build their talent, for, you know, athletes to train. This is where they're supposed to train. So we have another structure here. We have gabions there. It actually seems like a house with even curtains, so somebody definitely lives there. So yes, this is the wall. This is the wall, the 10 million shillings wall of the stadium. Indio ukuta ya milioni 10. You can see sections of the wall already collapsed. You can see here, this wall has already collapsed on many sections. This is Baringo County, Rift Valley, Cabarnet. So this is the situation. This is the wall. You can see it has collapsed. Most of it has collapsed. Uncleared bushes. That is Cabarnet Stadium. Let's go through the figures with you again. So 10,775,356 for the wall. There were issues about the land on where the stadium sits, where the county government did not have the title. There was 14 million shillings for earthworks. These gabions that you're seeing here, 14 million shillings. There was 23.7 million for the toilets and the changing rooms that I showed you. There was 17.5 million to rehabilitate the stadium, and the contractor was paid another 16,776,000 on June 2018. And we are now here to see value for money. Remember, you as a Kenyan, you pay taxes. Ukinunua fegi, umelipa tax. Ukinunua kilo ya sukari, umelipa tax. Ukiweka mafuta ya pikipiki, hata kama ni ya 100, umelipa tax. Ukinunua token ya nyumba ya stima ya 50 bob, you've paid tax of 19 shillings. So this is your money, and I'm here to show you how your money is used. Sanchez na mpira, piga chenga mbili tatu, anampatia Magwere. Mpira unakuwa mwingi, unatoka nje. Hapa Cabarnet Stadium. So you can see the ground is not level. Some places there are stones. The Vampire Diaries, Baringo County.
You know, people ask me many times, why are third world leaders corrupt? I mean, every country in Africa has leadership problems. Every country in the Caribbean has leadership problems. You know why? It's simple. I figured it out. It's very simple. Why are there so many lack of great leaders in your country among black African people? Or even Mexicans, the Asian people? Why is there such lack of leadership in these formerly oppressed countries? Here's why. Because the oppressor did not do what Jesus said. He made sure you never knew what he knew. Now, these are very interesting people, you know. They're interesting. Here's what they do. They say, okay, we ain't going to teach you nothing that we know. So all we're going to teach you is how to grow cane and cotton. Pick cotton, that's all you have to do. Go get water. That's it. You don't need to know anything else, they say. And so for 294 years, you become an expert cotton picker, an excellent cane cutter. But the problem is, he doesn't teach you how to make the cane into sugar. He doesn't teach you how to turn the cotton into cloth. He keeps that to himself. After a while, you become unruly because you multiply. And so you tell him, there's more of us than you. We're going to kill you if you don't let us go. So he does something very simple. Every single situation is the same. He said, okay, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Tell you what, you could have the cotton field and you could have the cane because I don't want to fight you. I'm gone. And he leaves. So here you are. You call yourself free now because you got a cotton field and a cane. The problem is he trained you to wear clothes and to drink tea with sugar. You didn't hear what I just said. That's too deep. He conditioned you to wear his clothes and to drink tea with sugar. And he leaves you with a sugarcane field and a lot of cotton. Sharp guy. They're smart. After a few years, you begin to realize, I can't wear cotton and I can't put cane in tea. So he comes back and he says, what's your problem? You say, look, I can't turn cotton into cloth. He said, okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the cotton from you at my price because you can't use it. So you can't set the price because you can't use it. I'll tell you how much I'm going to buy it from you for. I'll buy the cane, you cut it at my price. So they take it away and they turn it into cloth and sugar. Then they come back to you and they sell you the sugar at their price and the cloth at their price. And here you are now, instead of being directly oppressed, you are economically oppressed. They didn't train you to be producers. And now you thought you were free. So the kind of seminars I have is the seminars that help you learn how to make sugar. The kind of work I do is to teach you how to turn cotton into cloth. So that you become free to get your farms back and know how to convert cotton into cloth. And instead of just being consumers, you become producers. This is leadership. So what they do is they don't teach you how to lead. They don't teach you how to operate anything. And then when they leave you, they say, take charge. So here's the African guy in Ghana, the British is gone, and they never teach him how to be a leader like them. And he got power, he got all this country, he got this, but he ain't got no training. And so we have a slave wearing a crown. Woe to the land when a slave becomes king. Words of Solomon. Now what I think is unfair is that they come back later and say, see, you can't rule. I told you, you ain't born to rule. Look how you messed up your country. Corruption, abuse, you know, and this. And what they don't know is that they are the blame. They never trained me. You don't understand what I'm talking about. How can you set me up to fail and then tell me I failed? Oh, come on, clap, you get what I'm talking about. If we gotta get this right, you don't prepare me for failure and then say, I failed. I blame you for my failure because you never trained me to be a leader. It is enough for the teacher to make the student just like him. I guess you could say, my conclusion is, and I say this to all the governments I work with, the failure of third world countries is evidence of the failure of the colonial powers. They must take the blame. And that's why I am traveling every week to a third world country, sitting with parliaments and congresses and heads of state, and I lock them up for 3 days. Why? I gotta correct what those leaders never did. I have to somehow solve 200 years of history in 2 days. That's a lot of hard work, but we have to. Your problem is you don't believe you could turn cotton into cloth. And I've come to tell you, you can.
Why do you think you are seen by so many Kenyans as being the epitome of a corrupt politician?
That tells you that the whole corruption narrative has been politicized.
But your citizens have absolutely no faith in all of the words that you and others give to me about your pledge to clean up the country, to deliver on anti-corruption. They don't believe a word of it.
We have the fight against corruption on the eyeball. And I want to tell you that the country today believes strongly that this government, this administration, is serious about the fight against corruption.
The Ipsos polling organization asked Kenyans which politicians in your country they believe to be corrupt. People were asked, and this is the question, of all the current and past but alive political leaders you can think of, which one do you think is the most corrupt? Guess who came out on top?
Your guess is as good as mine.
You. 33% chose you.
Absolutely.
William Ruto.
Yes.
If it moves, Ruto taxes it. All in the name of fiscal responsibility. President Ruto is being slammed, not because he's in the US, but because of how he chose to get there. He decided to fly in a luxury jet. He chartered a Boeing 737-700 business jet from an Emirati company, the Royal Jet Group. He hired it for about 200 million Kenyan shillings. That's $1.5 million US. Imagine hearing that your president is flying around in an Emirati jet. The same president who's been raising your taxes, who's been preaching austerity. That same president is taking more than 30 people, including a comedian, to the US. So you can see why the Kenyan people are angry. And this is not the first time, apparently. A few months ago, Ruto was dubbed Kenya's flying president. He has been on more than 50 foreign trips since he took office in 2022, more than 3 every month on average. He's been tough on Kenyan taxpayers. He became president in 2022 and he has been increasing taxes ever since. Ruto has increased the tax rate on salaries. He has doubled the sales tax on fuel. He has introduced a housing levy, a hospital insurance levy, and a turnover tax on small businesses.
A friend of mine once corrected me when I said that in Africa there is corruption. He said, no, in Africa there is no corruption. Corruption presupposes there is some element of intelligence in theft. What we see in Africa is looting and theft on an industrial scale.
And we are not alone. There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
Niwachanue hawa? Niwachanue hawa? Jameni, Mheshimiwa Gachagua na ndugu William Ruto, my namesake. Tusipotekeleza maneno tumesema hapa na Kiambu na kwengine, 47 forums, tusipotimiza, hakuna watu watafukuzwa kwa serikali haraka kama sisi. Na mimi nataka nirudie, hakuna watu watafukuzwa haraka kwa sababu wa Kenya siku hizi ni wajuaji, kuwapeleka nyumbani one time. So we must continue the conversation hata baada ya hizi forums. tukijaliwa tuweze kuchukua usukani, we must continue this conversation every 6 months. Tunaangalia monitoring and evaluation, tumefika wapi. Sijui kama hiyo inawezekana, otherwise tutafukuzwa. Otherwise, hebu nataka nione ni wangapi wanakubaliana na mimi. Ndio hapo mimi husema mimi si mchawi wala si mnabii, lakini huona. Tukitekeleza haya, we will have no need to come and campaign again. Umesikia watu wanasema hapa, nafikiri ni Elijah, ati tukichaguliwa sisi huonekana 3 months before elections. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, the commitment William Ruto has, sio yule wakuja ati 3 months before elections. William Ruto will be with you from day 1 all the way to the end of 5 years. Na akituangusha basi atufanye vile anafanywa, na yeye atapandwa hivyo hivyo baadaye. Kama tunaelewana?
President, tunataka kuambia uko na miaka 2 katika ofisi, na wananchi hawa they will punish you, na hata ukiwa na pesa watakutoa nje.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mniweke kwa list jameni. List ya reject.
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. Na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He's can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Get out. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, Delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunk did better than you.
Nice.
Mungu yetu itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau na jali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imekaribikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Tutatafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Now the next election, yes. Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation, yes, they used their might because they didn't vote. The largest vote in the last election.
me. You like me, why them a fight me, fight me, fight me. You like me, chewing a bone, bite me, bite me. You like me, chewing a bite me, bite me, bite me. Don't like, power not you. When I touch them, even if we post them. When I touch them, if I not touch them. When I touch them, what they are, I not them. In Bamba, me say, you bust them.